Yeah, I'm just really proud of the team, the way they came out in our first game here. I thought that P and our defense set a really good tone in the first inning. Our offense carried that momentum, and I thought they just did an incredible job of taking what they gave us and then also being ready when the ball showed up. And I just thought it was a complete effort. Really proud of P for a no-hitter. It's really exciting as a freshman to come in your first postseason game in Bogle and just really trust your stuff and trust your defense. I thought Kaylee was incredible. I'm just really proud of the team. Really nice to get the first one.
Questions for the student athletes. Ethan, go ahead.
Peyton, I'm sure it's been a dream of yours to get to pitch in the NCAA tournament. Whenever you learned you were going to get the start today, just kind of what were the emotions, even leading up to, that first pitch?
Yeah, I was super excited that I got to start and just kind of a big step forward, I guess, for me. And yeah.
What was working for you out there other than it seemed like kind of everything?
Obviously my defense behind me, they played perfect, and I wouldn't have happened without them, but just trusting my stuff through the zone, trusting my defense, and then our offense just putting the pressure on and keeping the pressure on.
I'm curious for you. You're from Oregon. That's a long way away from here. Just what's it been like this first year as a freshman, being so far away from home and getting acclimated to a new team?
They've welcomed me with open arms, and I've loved every minute of it. Just love it here.
Yeah. And did you happen to have any family members here for this game, or were they just all watching from back home?
Yes, my mom was here, and then my dad and my brother were in Little Rock, so they weren't here.
Process of moving out here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, my mom was here, and then my dad and brother were watching on TV.
Does that make it more special that they got to be here to watch your no-hitter?
Yes, it was great.
Kaylee, career high in RBI. Just how does that feel for you? This is your first NCAA tournament too, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So just how did that feel?
It felt pretty good. Being in postseason for the first time, I kind of got a little bit in my feels, but I kind of had to set that aside because it's not about me. But going into it, I just knew that I had to stick to my plan, and I just kind of worked out for me. So.
Yeah, and Kaylee, you got the only extra base hit that you guys had today was your double in the fourth inning. Just was small ball maybe what you guys were looking to do today, or is that just kind of how the game just kind of went?
I think that's just how the game kind of went. That really wasn't in our plan, but I think we were all just seeing the ball really well today, and that's just what worked.
And then really for both of you guys making your NCAA tournament debuts, just what is the build up of the day like? Just how do you guys kind of go about your day? What's that excitement kind of like?
I think for me at least, there's a little extra nerves coming in, and I was just ready to get the game going, if that makes sense. Just kind of getting here really early and having to settle in.
Yeah, you see it every year that there's the 4 seeds in a regional that come out and it's a closer game than expected. How did y'all kind of temper that and come out and just kind of play y'all's brand to have a result like that?
Well, I think that, going through the season, no matter who we're playing, it really doesn't matter who's on the other side. We always just have to keep a tunnel vision. Coach Deifel always tells us that it doesn't matter who else, whoever we're playing. We just always have to focus on the process and our plan and each other and not who's on the other side of the field. So.
And I guess looking ahead to tomorrow, playing Oklahoma State, just what do you think it'll take for y'all to come out on top?
I think, again, just sticking to our plan. We've been wanting this rematch for a while, so I think we're all pretty hyped, but I think we also just need to stay content and stay within ourselves and not get too hype and over the top, and kind of just, stay the course throughout the entire game.
Thank you, ladies. Good to go.
You guys get it down here.
Whoop. Thank you. All right, questions for Coach Deifel. Ethan, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, just this is not your first NCAA tournament, but whenever you get to see players like Peyton and Kaylee, that this is their first and it is new, how cool is it, I guess, as a coach for them to also have performances like this?
Yeah, it's really cool for them to have performances in their first NCAA postseason game. I think it's a week of excitement. So it's a week of, you get to see your name. Some have never experienced that. Some are experienced that for the first time. I will never take it for granted. I'm always excited to see our name. And then you have to go through this long week. And so it is a buildup of prep. And when you get out here, no matter if it's your first one, your 10th one, you have a little bit of nerves. And there's excitement. And for them to just stay really present and do what they do is just, it was great to see them so comfortable in that moment.
Yeah, Peyton, from your perspective, what pitches were really working for her, and what did she do so well to just kind of, it was an efficient outing too. I think it was like 61 pitches.
Well, she did exactly what she said she did. She trusted her stuff through the zone. She trusted her defense. She got quick outs, which was really nice. And so she just had really good command of her stuff and her spin.
Can you take us back to just the recruiting process with her whenever y'all first connected and what that was like to get her here to Fayetteville, kind of how that all worked out for y'all?
Yeah, she was her process was a lot later because she was initially committed to another school. And so when she reopened her recruitment process, it was just a little bit later. And her family and I actually have a lot of mutual friends. And one of the coaches she was committed to, I know really well. And so there's a lot that just kind of advocated for her. And it was one of those things like, we have to go see her, for what, her knowing her parents, knowing what her mom did, and just the competitor that she was. And then all these people that I really trust speaking on her behalf, it was just, we got to get out and see her. And you could tell right away she has some intangibles that you just can't coach. She wants the ball. She's fearless. She's competitive. She comes by it honestly in her house. There's no other way to go. But it was, she had a lot of options. She went on a lot of visits, and just really glad that she chose us. I think it was kind of a good mix of everything she was looking for. And like I said, when I cut in a little bit, is that her family's relocating out here. And so I think they were just kind of wanting a community and an environment like this.
A very business-like approach today to beat a team like that. Just what did you think that the team did well this week to kind of lead into a game and come out firing right away?
This team shows up every day and wants to get better. They are so focused on our prep. They're focused on just grinding to just be ready for anything we throw at them. They know that they trust us in our prep. We're going to throw a bunch at them. They're going to be ready. And so they stayed the course. They showed up. They were really responsible with their choices. It's a lot more free time. We don't have school. And so they showed up and they grinded every day. And that's who they've been all year.
Yeah, Kaylee's been hitting the ball pretty well lately. Just what have you seen from her to kind of continue that momentum and then obviously have the performance she had today?
Well, Kaylee's been hitting the ball well all year. So, and she's just been on fire lately. She is an elite hitter. She's an elite hitter with tremendous hand-eye. She just can just pepper the ball where she wants. And so for Kaylee, you can tell she's dialed with this look that she has in her eye. When you're around her and you get the chance and opportunity to be around her a lot, you get to see her. She just has this look in her eye when she's just locked in. And, that's the look that she's had, especially in the last couple weeks. But she's been great for us all year.
And like a lot of teams will just kind of associate with you, associate you guys with the long ball and power hitting. Do you guys get a lot done with the small ball today? Just what do you think that kind of says about your team that you can win in both those kind of different ways?
Well, I think we can win in a lot of ways, and I think that's the important thing is we have a lot of tools. It's not a one-faceted offense. It's not a one-faceted team, and I think that's the nice thing is today we were really disciplined. We just had a lot of discipline. We're aggressive when it showed up, but we didn't need the long ball. We just strung a lot of things today, and our pitching and our defense were exceptional.
Anything else for Coach Deifel?
Sure. Coaches, the players said that they are looking for, or Kaylee said she's looking forward to playing Oklahoma State again. I know y'all played in the fall, didn't go y'all's way. Just what do you think that the team has done since that moment in the fall to now to get to where they're just eager to play them again?
We are a completely different team than that. We've grown individually. We've grown collectively. It is like so long ago, and when I think back to that day, it's like I wouldn't even recognize who that team is. And so I think that's the big thing is we've gone through some hard times together. We've gone through some great times together, and this group has only gotten closer through it. And so this team, I don't know that team. I don't know what happened in the fall. You know, we're a different team now, and we're just ready to play whoever's in the other dugout.
And specifically, when you think about Oklahoma State, what do they do well that y'all are going to have to be prepared for?
Well, I think that they know how to win the postseason. That's what they've done. Ruby's one of the best in the country, and they feed off her energy. And so they play great defense. They are strong throughout their lineup. They're a complete team, so we have to be ready for anything.
Kind of going back to Kaylee, you obviously bring her in the offseason from Texas Tech. Just what was the big thing big things that you noticed with her that made you want to bring her here?
Well, her numbers. And also the second, we knew her before, but the second you talk to her, you just love her. She's an incredible human, and we knew that she would thrive here. But she had produced at such a high level. And the thing with Kaylee, too, is that she can do anything on the field. And so for us, obviously, the offensive numbers, but she can play outfield, she can catch, she can play first, she can do so many things. And so it just filled a big need for us. And then beyond that is just adding a person of her caliber to this team is a no-brainer.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you.